AITA for saying, "I don't want to die," when a girl said she could spot me. Earlier today, I was benching in my school's gym. I usually don't go on Tuesdays, but I'm trying to throw in some more work throughout the week. There wasn't really anybody I know for real when I was up there, so when I needed a spot I just called out to no one in particular asking for a spot. The first person to say something is this girl who I knew would be no help. Not a beat after she finishes saying that she can spot me, I say, "I'm not trying to die today." She had this offended look on her face and I was like, "Can you deadlift 315? She ain't say nothing and I said, "That's what I thought. I get somebody else to spot me and go on and finish my workout." When I'm walking about trying to get to my car to go home, she comes up to me and starts jawing about how I was sexist and all that. That I was disrespectful just because she was a girl and I should apologize for being misogynistic. That's not true at all. I just knew she wouldn't be able to do anything if I were to fail the rep. When I'm doing a hard workout I do tend to be short with people, so maybe I could have been a little more polite, but I don't think I did anything wrong. AITA? YTA. I don't get what deadlifting 315 has to do with spotting someone's bench. Were you benching 315? I doubt it. Anyway, a bench spotter is meant to assist you on the rebound if you fail your rep, not take the bar away from you entirely. I've been spotted by people weaker than me, and vice versa, many times. YTA. She doesn't need to lift the total weight. And no one here believes you were benching 300 plus. She just needs to be able to lift 2040, which I'm sure she's capable of. You just made yourself look like a fool. From a female who can deadlift over 315 hash. YTA. As others have mentioned, deadlifting the weight being benched isn't a prerequisite for being an effective spotter. Do you ask everyone if they can deadlift number 315 before you let them spot you? Or just women? I get somebody else to spot me, could they deadlift 315 pounds? Did you ask them? If not, YTA. YTA. I bench press significantly more than you and I've let girls spot me before. On a normal set, if you know your limits, the spotter should never have to apply more than 1,020 pounds of force to the bar. Even if you were going for a max attempt where you might experience total failure, there are nicer ways to say it. YTA. That was a sexist thing to say and you said it in a rather mean way. You could have rejected her nicely instead of insulting her. She was trying to help. Also, from one gym junkie to another. A spotter doesn't have to be nearly as strong as you. The spotter's job isn't to completely lift the weight off of you. It is to relieve some weight for you so that you are able to rack it. As someone who can't lift much, I can still spot because I take off enough weight in order for the person to finish the representative and rack the weight. Do your research and stop being sexist. YTA. There was no need to be rude. Please get over yourself. YTA. As a woman who lifts, you are the type no one likes in the community. YTA. You were rude and seem to misunderstand what someone is doing when they spot you. I'd recommend a Fitness 101 course so you can brush up on the basics. You also sound like an entitled asshole for how you act. YTA. If you needed your spotter to be able to lift that much weight, you're lifting too much anyways. And you were unnecessarily rude to someone when you called for a spotter in the gym. Want someone in specific to help? Ask them specifically. Tell me you didn't make JV football next year without telling me you didn't make JV football next year. YTA. YTA. 1. She doesn't need to be able to deadlift 315 pounds. Just enough to get it off of you. Point 2. You asked if anyone could spot and she chimed in, then you insulted her with a blatantly sexist comment. Good lord. If you need a spotter who can deadlift the whole weight, you're doing it wrong. But the way you interacted with her was totally uncalled for. Condescending and, yes, can easily be interpreted as having undertones of misogyny. YTA. Work on how to talk with people properly. YTA. A spotter isn't there to lift the full weight. Short of you seriously injuring your arm while lifting, they should only need to take some of the weight off to help you complete the lift. Even if you were to drop the full weight, she could at least lift one side with the other on the floor to relieve some pressure while someone else comes to lift it properly. She was kind enough to offer to help. You should have thanked her but said you were concerned she might struggle with the weight if you need her to grab it due to it being 315 pounds, which you can only just lift yourself. Regardless of if she was male or female, you spoke like an asshole to someone offering assistance. Jesus Christ, everything about this post makes you sound like a massive asshole. With or without the context of being spotted. YTA. Probably in most aspects of your life. YTA. Manners cost you nothing. YTA. You do know that you can reject her offer and be respectful, right? YTA. You were being condescending when she was trying to do you a favor. I spot my partner benching 200 plus pounds and I definitely can't deadlift that much weight. It's never been a problem. When he fails, I don't have to help that much because he's still lifting the majority of it. YTA. I'm not trying to die today, and that's what I thought. Were really rude and unnecessary. I understand where you're coming from because you indeed don't want to die from a workout accident. But she was just trying to be nice and help out. Starts jawing about how I was sexist and all that. Superb attitude right there. Sarcasm. I spot my husband all the time. You don't need to be able to deadlift 315 to spot someone on bench. The whole point of spotting is being able to take some of the load to be able to rack safely. You could have easily said, actually I am lifting pretty heavy today and I'd prefer one of the guys to spot. Thank you for your offer if you felt that strongly about having a guy spot you, or just gone over to a guy and just asked instead of just asking in general. You were rude and ignorant and came across as completely sneery and sexist. YTA.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.